Welcome to Split Screen. I'm Shannon Moss. Linda Greenlaw shot to fame when she was featured in the book and movie The Perfect Storm. She's the only female sword fishing captain in America. She's also a New York Times best-selling author. Many of you already knew that. But what you may not know is she's a newlywed, a new mom, and a pretty good golfer.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. You ready to golf?
Yep, all ready.
Did you ever drive a car, or do we always drive a boat?
Mostly the boat.
Come on.
Not usually this one, though.
This one's a beauty. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Gorgeous boat. My husband built this boat.
Did he?
Yeah.
It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. That's great. We ready to golf?
Yes.
Let's do it. Or I should say, are you ready to golf? Am I ready to watch? I've never golfed. All right. Look at a cart waiting for us.
Perfect.
All right, so what club do we use here?
I'm going to use a 3-wood.
Okay. That means nothing to me, but
Okay.
sounds
well,
good.
It's not that big a distance. It's only like 115, but it's all uphill. See those people up there? You do not want to hit them.
That would not be good.
Yeah,
Was
they'd
it
be really
4?
unhappy.
Was
It'd
it
be fun
only
for
4?
us, but they wouldn't like it very much.
Sorry about that.
All right.
No pressure, Linda, no pressure.
Wow, first swing of a long time.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not really where we wanted to be, but
Oh.
it'll work.
Looks-
Maybe.
looks
We'll
good
see.
to me.
We'll see.
I think. See, that's the good thing about golfing with me, though. Is I wouldn't know, so I'm impressed.
You're the kind of person I want to golf
See,
with
that's
all
it.
the time. Go up and see if we can find it.
All right, that's the deal. Let's talk about how you became a household name after you were featured in The Perfect Storm. Is your life how you expected it would be?
No, my life has never been what I have expected it or anyone else has expected it to be. But since The Perfect Storm, my life has taken some really drastic changes, things that I didn't anticipate. Some things happen that do change your life. Very generous portrayal in The Perfect Storm about Linda Greenlaw had significant effect on my life. Never expected I'd write a book, never anticipated, never aspired to writing anything. Very happy with my fishing career, and got in from lobstering one night and had a message on my answering machine. Now keep in mind that The Perfect Storm was on the top of every bestseller list on the planet, and got this call, and I remember like it was yesterday. Hi Linda, this is Emily Bestler calling from Simon & Schuster. We've read The Perfect Storm and we're really intrigued with this female fisherman thing you have going on. Do you want to write a book? And at the time I thought, no, that sounds like work. I don't want to write a book. And I never even returned the woman's call.
Are you serious?
Never returned her call. And then within a week's time, I had very similar calls, major publishers in New York saying, we've read The Perfect Storm, will you write a book? And I had to understand what an opportunity I was being handed. I have friends who would kill for an opportunity to have a book published.
Right.
I have friends who write beautifully, but they can't get anybody to pay attention. So, I mean, how lucky, was I that somebody, they didn't know if I could write. They're saying, will you write a book? So, yeah, definitely my portrayal in The Perfect Storm was, life-changing, for sure.
What is it about golf that you like, Linda?
What I like about golf is exactly the same thing I like about fishing. It's like the sheer optimism of it. Like fishing, it's when the tide turns, when the moon changes, when the temperature changes. Golf, it's, the next hole, the next shot. Same, sheer optimism. That's what I love about both of them.
But it's
And I'm an eternal optimist, so I can do both.
But they're so different in that, the fish adrenaline and always out there, and this is more, is this relaxing at all?
Oh yeah,
for
this
you?
is definitely more relaxing than fishing because I don't take it seriously. It's more fun just to play and laugh.
All right, let's check it out.
We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. My experience in the perfect storm, the weather event,
Right.
When I talk about that, generally people are a little disappointed in my answer, but like that was 1991.
Right.
So, a lot of years have gone by. As opposed to what, you saw in the movie, there wasn't that screaming back and forth on the radio between Billy Tyne and myself. Whatever happened very quickly. It was just never heard from again. Nothing was ever found. Pretty much disappeared, boat and crew without a trace, or very little trace. My experience in the storm, I had some warning. Boats west of me, weather in this hemisphere moves from west to east. So my best indicator are the guys west of me. I was fishing farthest to the east in the fleet, and get up in the morning, the weather was kind of iffy, and I could hear the guys west of me really struggling. And these are guys who I'd fished around all of my life, who were very much accustomed to riding out hurricanes, storms. It's part of the deal when you go to the Grand Banks during hurricane season. And they weren't saying things like, oh, we're scared, but the things that they were saying scared me. They were saying things like, don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do this. And their voices were different. Because I was farthest to the east, I had a little bit of warning and made a decision to steam north into colder water. So I was able to get away from it or out of the worst part of it. We had 70-knot winds for a couple of days. It was terrible. It was not life-threatening. I've seen worse weather. So the worst part of that whole experience for me was the disappearance of, a boat and 6 men.
That you knew?
That I knew, yes.
But you know also that it's a risk every time you go out there. You're out for long periods of time. You obviously deal with all sorts of weather, and sometimes you can't just come right into shore. When you're so far out, you have to deal with it. Have you ever been so scared, though, that, because you said you've seen worse conditions?
Absolutely. I'd be lying if I said I'd never been very frightened at sea. Many times. I've had times that I've said my prayers to my God and, just let me get home from this one and I'll never go again. Of course, it was go again. It's sort of the nature of the business. And I can say with a great degree of certainty, anybody who spends a lot of time at sea has had an episode where they've been frightened for their lives.
But it's the lure. What is it about the sea?
Again, it's the same. It's tough to say. I love what I do. I am passionate about catching fish. I like the way I feel when I'm at sea. But really, just to put it in a nutshell, is the same thing with a round of golf. I like the optimism of it. I am an optimist, and if you live your life on a fishing boat, you better be optimistic. You have to think, well, the weather's going to get better, the fish are going to start biting, and this is going to happen, that's going to. You're always looking for the next hook, the next set, the next trip. And it's the same thing with a round of golf. It's the next hole, the next putt. It's going to go in. So that's what I love about it.
When we come back, how motherhood found Linda Greenlaw.